Hello everybody. Welcome to the video about values in a job. Understanding job values equals job under control. Each job displays very valuable numbers and important information. Understanding job values is essential to effectively having a job under control. There are several key indicators to help you manage your job effectively. Estimated hours versus recorded hours. Estimated revenues versus real revenues. Estimated costs versus real costs. Estimated gross margin versus real gross margin. Final job profit. So, let's take a look at how to read and manage jobs to make a reasonable profit and have satisfied clients. I will use the job list view in the navigation menu on the left side, and I will open my Job Coffee to go. I can see all the information about the job like client, brand, deadline, etc. Now I will scroll down to see all the financial documents with their values. I will start with the description of the values columns. The first green column represents direct revenues. Here I can see quoted revenues specified in sales quotation and real revenue, which represents the value of sales invoices. So I can compare how much I plan to charge and how much I've already charged. Direct costs are marked by blue, and I have 3 columns here. Quoted costs are specified by sales quotation because we are not planning only revenues but also how much we will pay to our suppliers. The column orders represents the value of purchase orders, and real costs shows purchase invoices, cash box receipts, and other real costs linked with this job. Gross margin represents the difference between direct revenues and direct costs. I can see the estimate from my sales quotation in the quoted gross margin column and compare it with the actual balance from real financial documents. The yellow hours column helps us check to make sure we are not over the quoted hours for the job. We have specified how many hours we will spend on the job in the sales quotation, and it is shown in the hours quoted column. I can compare this estimate with the actual time spent because workers are reporting their time as they go. This lets me see the hour balance in real time. This is the general set of columns available for all users. As you can see, I have 2 more columns titled Labor Costs and Gross Profit, which are usually hidden from most users. Generally, only top management and the financial team are allowed to see these columns. Let's check these columns out as well. Labor costs represents agency hours in monetary value. I have the estimated agency work hours and its value in my sales quotation, which is 43 hours for 3,590. So, 3,590 is the price that should at least cover our time spent during the job process. The column Labor Costs Reported represents the financial value of the reported time by all the people who were involved in the job. So there is 3,240 in recorded labor costs. But how is the value calculated? Each user in Teamagy has his own internal work rate, which is calculated from his salary, company overheads, and other inputs. This information allows us to specify how much 1 hour of this specific user's time costs the company. The result lets me compare agency work in the monetary value specified in the sales quotation. The same value is usually charged to the client, with internal costs representing their recorded hours multiplied by the user's internal work rate. The gross profit column shows the gross margin minus the recorded labor costs, clearly showing the company's profit for this job. I can also see more details about the financial documents here. For example, I will expand my sales quotation to see which lines are representing the values. I can also see at all times the time records reported to my job by each person, and I can expand it to see how many time records are there and their values corresponding to them. I can also expand each purchase order and purchase invoice, as well as other documents if I am interested in the details. As you can see, my real direct revenues value is red. This is because I have a quoted direct revenue of 4,690 and real direct revenues of only 3,890, so I haven't invoiced all my estimated revenue yet. Also, my real direct costs value is red because my received costs are higher than my estimated cost from my sales quotation. This allows you to easily see when something isn't running well with your job. When I want to find the difference between the quoted direct revenues and real direct revenues, I can expand my sales quotation and sales invoice and compare the lines and their values. I can see that the estimated revenue for external services for this job is $1,100, but I have only charged my client $300 for external services. So, you have a great financial overview of your job in one place, all of which is available online with new inputs where you can analyze your job and ensure that each job is profitable. Now you know everything about the job details. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you to complete as many jobs as possible to your and your client's satisfaction. Thank you for watching.